You want to be the actor that when you're done, people are speechless because they're moved, because they learned something, because they shared something with you, because they saw a bit of the broken places in your soul, and they felt compassion and empathy and understanding and closeness. The thing that is completely missing in our culture right now. Compassion, empathy, walking in someone else's shoes. And what's required to create that exchange in the audition room is you understanding the vulnerable places and the fractures on your soul. And understanding how you're going about healing those things in this lifetime. How you were weaving that pain into light. That's what we go to the theater for. That's why we go and see movies like Mandela. To understand, how did this person come through this personal storm? How did they come through the flames? And who were they on the other side? Because they bring a unique story to the human condition. If you haven't done that, what are you doing in auditions? What are you doing when you get parts? Playing a type? Are you playing the story of how you understand the human condition? Because if you're not, well, that's why nobody calls you in for auditions enough. Two, that's why agents say to you, I don't know how to sell you, because you're just looking at the outside of you, right? And they're like, there's nobody that looks like you. Well, that's not why you became an artist. You become an artist because you look like somebody else. That's some dumb shit. You became an artist because you have a story to tell. You became an artist because you understand the human condition and you feel people's pain, you feel lack, you feel the fear of our culture, and you actually have something to say about that that's compassionate. That's why you became an artist. You became an artist to tell stories about human beings. You became an artist to give a voice to people who have no voice. And now more people of color are working in the industry than ever before, winning Emmys for writing and acting and what? Marcus Gardley, who has been writing, he is the contemporary Shakespeare of our time. And he has been writing that way since I'm sure he was 12. And, you know, his show is just off Broadway. And now he has a movie deal. Long overdue. Long overdue. We are hungry for artists who write from their soul song. So if that's not where you're approaching the audition, that's the problem. You're not doing everything within your power, right, to be prepared and offer up your gift. You are counting on somebody else to give you the recipe to your soul. That makes no sense, right? That's what makes the audition a slave auction. Please buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. Please, please, please buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. But you're not showing me what you have to offer that is going to make the story fantastic. That's what slavery is all about, taking something from somebody that they didn't offer to begin with. Now, collaboration is about, I'm an artist. This is a story that I understand is being told here. And this is one example of how I understand it to be told based on my soul song. I'm going to give you that. Because you've handed me this story, this script, these sides. It's lovely. And I can add to that. I can make it richer. I can make the work sing. But you can't make the work sing if you don't know your soul song. So, your homework this week, first of all, is to go to thedreamunlocked.com and to sign up for the Dreaming Out Loud technique. Okay? The Dream Unlocked, all one word. The link is here. You are going to do Masterclass 1, 2, and 3. Right? It's a 30-minute video broken up into 3 parts. Okay? There are workbooks that you can download and fill out. After you have watched the video, you download the workbook, you fill it out, or I would actually download the workbook under each video first, and as I'm watching the video, fill in the workbook. Okay? Do the morning pages, answer the questions, make the lists. Okay? And then there's a link under each video where you can send me your workbook. All right? right? So you're going to do, you can break this up into, you know, do one a week. It's a 30-minute video, and it's 10 minutes each. I mean, I'd do it all in one sitting, right? And then send me all of your workbooks, okay, and your questions. I promise you, by the end of those 3 mini courses, right, and those 6 workbooks, which are simple, you can do it in 20 minutes, you will understand so much more about your soul's song. And that's the first step in the Dreaming Out Loud technique, is to understand what your soul is longing for and you haven't been listening. Your purpose. Hi, Kat! Kat! Solo show performer extraordinaire! Right? If you do these 3 mini courses and you do all of the workbooks, I will understand something about your soul. You will. At the end of this mini course, and you send me those workbooks, we are going to have a conversation. I'm going to have a class with whoever sends me the most detailed work. We're going to do a one-on-one. It's going to be recorded, and it will be televised on Facebook, and it will be on my blog. But you got to do the work. This is your chance. Because January 5th, this class will be $1,000. Sorry, there it is. Once you understand your soul song, and you understand it in the format that these workbooks sort of outline for you, then you can move to the next step, right? Because every person has 4 major emotional chords. 4. Okay? 4. Right? One of my emotional chords is the master teacher who lives to see the bright light in others that she can't find in herself. Right? When you approach an audition as that's your chord, you're going to have a completely different take on it. Completely. You're going to turn on the TV and watch your favorite show tonight. Pick a favorite show. I am absolutely loving Black Earth Rising right now on Netflix. I think it's genius. Watch episode 1 and tell me what the main character, Michaela Cole, tell me what one of her emotional chords are. Where does she approach each character from? What is the assumption about her life, her ability to heal? What does she believe to be true about herself? When you can answer that question, you've taken the first step towards understanding emotional chords. The writing is fantastic in this show. I gave it as an example, and the stakes are high. That's why it's a great example. It's very clear. So that's your assignment. You're going to do the mini course, and you're going to watch Black Earth Rising. Once you start, you won't be able to stop. Okay? I will be back here next Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is sunset my time, which makes it so lovely. And I will be responding to the workbooks you send me and the questions. Okay? So the link, hi Stacy, Stacy did the How to Double Your Auditions class a couple of years ago. He is the master, and I have to credit Stacy with giving me this language about I'm listening to your soul song, because I'm talking about my technique, and he was like, wow, I hear your soul song, and I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful, I'm going to use that. That's the language I've been looking for. So thank you, Stacy. So again, you're going to thedreamunlocked.com. You are going to sign up for the Dreaming Out Loud technique, or you can click on Actors. Soon as you get that, right, check your email. You will be sent to the first mini course when you do that. All right, you ready? The Dreaming Out Loud technique. You ready? So when I get off of here, I'm going to dinner. I'm going out to dinner. Because you can do that in America. You can go out to dinner every night. Have a glass of wine. It's so great. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have my dinner. And then when I'm done eating, I'm going to sit at my cafe and I'm going to look at my phone and see who signed up. And then I'm going to go to my website. And I'm see who went to that page. Because I can see all those stats from my phone. Because I run my business from my phone. Okay. So I'll know who's doing the work. And I'll be looking with great enthusiasm at my inbox to see your workbooks. Okay? And Stacey, you could do this too. Because, you know, you did the emotional chords, but now we got a whole nother level. So get in there. Take advantage of this now while it's free. Because it won't be in the new year. Because in the new year, it's about serious folks who's trying to buy a strategy package with me after they've done their emotional chords to lay out a strategy to get signed and start making a living as an actor, right? I keep getting these questions about private coaching. I can't do work with you that's life-changing until you've done the basic work yourself and have an understanding of what needs to be done. That's your exploration. That's your journey, right? The industry isn't looking to give you something. The industry is looking to see what you have to give. So I leave you with that, and I will see you next Sunday. If you have questions, please post them in the comments. Once you sign up at thedreamunlocked.com, all one word, The Dream Unlocked, UNLOCKED.com. Once you sign up, you'll start getting emails from me, and you can respond with any questions you want through those emails. I had a bunch of really amazing questions this morning. Thank you, Melanie. So, I'll see you guys next week. Any questions before I go? I think that there's a way for me to like go in here and like, look at this. Okay. All right, this video will be available for 24 hours. So watch it from the beginning. It's gonna be gone tomorrow. Okay. Bye, everybody.